Nobody in this world is perfect. Absolutely fucking nobody. What's going on, guys? My name's Edward. Hope you're having a good day or night. So I'm just gonna start off with a quick story. It's pretty personal, but I think someone out there is definitely gonna relate to this. So I have 4 uncles on my dad's side. Big family, I know. And the second youngest one is my favorite by far, but for good reason. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't gamble. He's a family man. He's a hard worker. Like, that's just 5 reasons off the top of my head. Guys, can we just take a moment to appreciate how big these guns are? And on top of that, he really gives a shit about his family. And he's also patient, disciplined, and a kind man. So that's another 4 things. Now, I've learned that as I grow and learn more, getting more information from my parents and family, that surprise, surprise, people aren't always their patient, kind selves all the time. Take my favorite uncle, for instance. I never really saw him get tired or impatient, but one day my dad told me that my grandmother was more or less scolding him for not getting his kids to help out at work on a busy day. Yes, we do that because we're Asian, but he didn't get them to help out one day, and she was feeling really tired, really helpless, and just overwhelmed, which is normal for an older woman. And what did he do? Well, he told my grandmother, to go home in a not so patient type of way, which really took me back because I never saw him as that type of person, especially towards my grandmother. But I'd be a complete fool if I didn't think that that was possible. Everyone loses their temper and their cool composure at some point, and we act up. It's human nature. In essence, it's generally very easy to be controlled by our emotions rather than controlling our emotions. But just because my uncle had one bad interaction with his mom doesn't mean he hates her. He was just a human who got a bit flustered on a busy day of work. Now, me personally, I've had a history of letting out my negative emotions towards my family and particularly my mother. I know a lot of people relate to this because many of my friends have had a word or two to say about their mums or their parents, but it doesn't mean they're bad people because, again, we all experience emotions like these and sometimes they control us, sometimes they get the better of us. It's just simply difficult to navigate our internal system of emotions sometimes, but it really is okay. What's not okay though is if we allow it to continually keep happening without working on our character and building better habits. Oftentimes, when we're angry, frustrated, jealous, upset, the best option is to say nothing. What you should do is let yourself feel what you're feeling, but also ask yourself if it's serving you. Now, if it's not, it's easier to just let it go. But if it is, then you should take some time to figure out how to most respectfully convey your message. Ultimately, no one is perfect, and we shouldn't expect them to be. No matter how amazing or poised they seem on the surface, there's always something deeper. We're all in the struggle of life together. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. But let's try to do better with each interaction. If, say, 80% of your interactions are negative right now, try to cut it to 70. If half of them are, try to reduce it even more. There's always room to improve in life, which is what I think is one of the most beautiful things about the human experience. But progression does require baby steps, like my good friend Steven told me once. Hope you enjoyed this video in some way. Subscribe if you found it helpful, and like for more. Oh yeah, and stay hydrated. I'll talk to you all soon.